They shared a newsroom for a long time.
I also just reading the endorsement of John Adams. He came up with something. We did share a cubicle there. Pretty much. Oh, it's not published yet? Oh, cease and desist, John Adams.
Hi. It's hot out there. If you didn't know, it's hot out there.
At least you didn't get run over this opener.
We call that a win. You don't need my ND filter. That's because the shutter is the shutter. It's the button next to white balance. Yes, I am sunburnt.
Just keep standing there. I'm just gonna throw this away.
Sounds good. Young Tyrell and whoever they're doing.
Michigan State's, I think it just started back a few minutes ago. On CBS.
Awesome country for everyone involved.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Jimmy Chapman.
He's still there. That's a place you need to visit. You should. NC State.
They get a guaranteed top 4 seed.
All right. Everybody good in the back? All right, welcome to Coach Heupel's post-game press conference. Coach will make an opening statement, and then we will take questions. Just raise your hand, and I will call on you. Coach?
First of all, just thank all the fans. Hot day out there. They showed up early. Vol walk was electric. Stadium was juicy right from the beginning. Appreciate all of them coming out. It's been a long time since we've been in there, so great to see them back again. Like a lot of the things that we did, all 3 phases of the game, defensively, thought just line of scrimmage, did a really nice job. Played good third down defense, tight coverage for most of it, and so really a lot of positives on that side of the football. Offensively, did some really good things early. Got to learn how to stay dialed in and finish a half, a quarter, the football game. But all in all, good day, and obviously specialists did a really good job for most of the day. So open it up.
Questions will start with Austin on the left.
Josh, you talked all fall camp about rotating, and you guys from the start just had almost felt like it seemed like a different rotation of guys almost every series. How good was that to see, and just kind of see how those guys responded to the rotation?
Yeah, I know someone here gave me a hard time for all the oars that we put on the depth chart, but we're going to play more guys than we have. Our roster's deeper. We got an opportunity to. We're going to need those guys as we go throughout the course of the season. I think we had 35 guys that it was their first time playing inside of Neyland Stadium playing today. So there's a lot of positives. There's going to be a lot of little things that we got to clean up. But it was a good start, and obviously we got a big one next week.
Adam, then Ben.
Josh, it looked like Nico did almost nothing wrong. Did you see anything that he did wrong, and what are you going to tell him going into week 2?
Yeah, your perspective might be a little bit different than my perspective. So, but he knows those things too. So he's a young player, came out, played really efficiently, effectively, made plays down the field. But there's some things that he can control and be better. And you know, he knows that and he wants that too.
Josh, Dante's performance today, was that reflective of the offseason that he had and what did allow him to have success today?
Yeah, you know, last year with the reduction of scholarships, which in general I haven't made a big deal about, you know what I mean, from the time that we got here. But you end up having to be, you got to make decisions on where you're going to take those. And most of the time we've taken them on, you know, offensive skill guys because you can control your personnel groupings. Dante started inside because we were real thin last year. He moved outside middle of the season. He was starting to play his best football, most comfortable. Gets injured, you know, on the long play. Being healthy all off season, being at home on the outside, he's just continued to be extremely comfortable in what we're doing offensively and has played really consistent.
To the middle with David and Patrick.
Josh, this was a 38-0 game, 20 minutes in. Does a team like this, can they stress you in any way? Did you learn anything about yourself in any adverse situations, or how do you kind of benefit?
Well, adverse on the scoreboard, no, but man, there's a lot of things that we'll be able to learn from during the course of this football game.
Josh, Dylan Sampson, I don't know how much work he got in preseason, but it didn't look like he was ready to go from the start. Got 8 touches the opening drive. What does that say about him, that he's able to maybe not get as much practice time as you guys would have liked, but he's able to hit the ground running and be as productive as he was?
Yeah, limited for a few days, but then got back in the rotation. He's been healthy for a while now. We expect him to play the way that he did today. Decisive, violent cuts. Got pad under pad, and obviously has the ability to do anything that you want a running back to do. When I say that, just the ability to play out in space and play like a wideout too. So love the performance from him today.
Karthik, then Rob.
Coach Dante Thornton, had a season-ending injury. He came back and played really well today. Brew McCoy, the same. Deshaun Bishop didn't even get to play in a game. He scores a touchdown. If you can speak individually on all those guys and their performances in game one.
Yeah, Keenan Peely. We've had a few guys, unfortunately, in this game. The contact is real, and through their work, their effort, right? That's during the rehab process. Our weight room, guys building them back up. Our medical team, all those guys are in a great space and playing really good football. So today was a big day for those guys. Brew's the captain today, Keenan Peely, because they are that type of leader in our program, but also understanding what they're coming back from.
Coach, you talked a lot in preseason about operations and managing penalties. Only had 6 today, especially the day we played so many guys. Were you pleased with that?
All in all, yeah. We got to continue to grow in that way, but relatively efficient. Playing clean during the course of the game. There's some things that we got to be smarter with too that we'll learn from. Awesome. You guys giving me a break?
Wes.
No?
Justin, I know you talked about it just a little bit earlier, but I guess individually, just for Brew, the last time he was in this stadium in a game, we all kind of saw what happened. To come back today and do that, how big is that for him and for this football team?
Yeah, huge for him, his family. I know I saw them in the hotel last night. I know they were excited, anxious, nervous, all of it, and Brew was excited to go play. Great that he got opportunities to get the ball in his hand, made plays, and played really well.
Coach, first time with Nico with the helmet communication. How do you think that went overall?
Like it has in our scrimmages. So thought he handled himself really well, effective communication. So went well.
To the back with Paige.
How would you evaluate the overall defense and how they did? Tyree Russ finally getting home, getting that sack. How would you evaluate how they performed today?
Thought they played really well. I haven't looked at the numbers yet, but line of scrimmage, they dominated for the majority of the football game. Maybe gave up a couple, runs. And then I thought we played tight coverage on the back end. And, as they started to, drop back a little bit more, then we were able to apply some pressure and, get a sack. So.
Austin.
Josh, Tyree West had that really good bowl game in Orlando. It looked like he kind of picked up where he left off today. What was it that started to click for him? What's he doing well? And then can you speak on also Deshaun Bishop?
Yeah, Tyree's been really consistent in how he approaches practice every single day. His understanding of our defense has really grown, right? So instead of thinking while you're playing, he's anticipating, reacting, and playing to his full athletic skill set. And proud of what he did today, but just his growth inside of the program.
David.
You've probably been asked about Boo Carter as much as any freshman. Just curious your reaction to how he played in his first game.
Thought he played really well defensively. Did a nice job with the pressure off the edge, kept contained on it. Saw him back there, return punts. So I'm gonna go watch the tape here in a little bit too. But we were pleased with him, and really a lot of our young guys. A lot of young guys got an opportunity to play, in particular in the secondary.
Coach, has time for one more. Good. All right.
Thank you all.
Players will include Tyree West, Dante Thornton, Brew McCoy, Dylan Sampson, and Nico.
These don't slide super easy, so somebody's got to be on either end of it. Here, I'll lift up on this side. This way a little bit. That'll be good.
That's the only way you can get color. Go into it with color live. It's a little bit of purple actually.
I don't know where there's.
The funny thing is, every big thing, there's always a thing. Yeah, Nico
Yeah, but not the transcript. Yep. No, it's been updated. You'll see the final.
Back to day 14?
Yeah, yeah, there was an issue.
Oh, yes. 314.
Yes.
313?
Yeah, it was 314.
It is 314.
Yeah, yeah, 314 yards, and then.
So it went back to 313?
Correct, yeah, there was an issue.
That broadcast had the three of them.
Okay.
Perfect.
We are all
718.
missed record by 724 was a single game. Yep. Wasn't that kind of similar to this one?
Well, I got the Titans to do before.
I know, we're fixing a status. Yeah. Yeah. We have no visibility. Doubt it. Yeah,
Why did you do it? And then I'm supposed to ask. I'm not supposed to see it. Yeah.
everybody. We'll start our player availability group 1 here. From your left to right, we have Brew McCoy, Nico Yamayava, and Dante Thornton Jr. So if you have a question, please raise your hand. I will call on you. We'll start with Austin, and then we'll go to Noah.
Nico, just kind of assess, your first start here at Neyland, and then, what it was like to connect with Brew in a game.
Yeah, it felt great, man. Just going out there competing with my guys. We put a lot of work into this for this year, so it felt good to go out there and display what we've been working on.
Noah, go ahead.
Dante, just obviously coming off an injury, what was working for you so well out there today? Just how did it feel to be able to play? How much more comfortable do you feel outside?
I say it felt great, really. I felt like I needed to have, would have been my first game back. I felt like this is the game that I expected to have, so it felt very good.
We'll go Ben and then Adam.
For Brew and Nico, could both of you speak on what you've seen from Dante from last season going to this season and kind of the off-season that the three of y'all had together?
Just a ton of relentless hard work, just grinding, working hard every single day, finding ways just to improve himself. It's been awesome to see, and it's driven me and pushed me to be better.
Yeah, man, you can just see how much more comfortable Dante got with this offense, man. Just his first year going into last year. Still figuring things out, and I feel like he was dialed in this whole fall camp, spring camp, and yeah, man, he's been great work that he's put in, and he went out there and showed it on the field today.
Adam and then Brent.
Nico, your numbers were great, obviously. Can you tell us something that you didn't do really well, something that you think you'd like to have back or want to work on?
Yeah, I thought I didn't finish the second quarter well. I can finish better with just operating the offense at a high level, and really. I think that was the main thing for me, was not falling asleep during, while we're up big, and still going out there and operating the offense at a high level.
Right.
Brew, you just kind of walk through the day. What it kind of felt like this morning? I know you've been waiting on this. So first couple of catches. I know it's old hat once you got going, but what did today feel like for you?
Yeah, it was a little bit surreal, just going through everything, and but I really enjoyed it. I soaked it in, and once getting back out on the field, and you get a good sweat going, and you feel back at home.
Well, Karthik and Patrick, then back to Austin.
Nico, did you know that you set a Tennessee program record for passing yards and a half? And if so, what was your reaction?
Yeah, no, I didn't know. A couple of my teammates were telling me, and then the little interview I had at the end of the game was really when I found out. And yeah, man, it was a cool, surreal moment. I didn't even know about it, but felt good to go out there and operate my teammates.
Patrick?
Drew, it was the big play down coming this way on the post that you had to go up a little bit to catch it, and after you caught it, you were pretty demonstrative in your celebration. Was that a feeling at that moment of that play, or was it just sort of a culmination of everything that you've been through?
Yeah, a little bit of that, and also, since this is my first game since I lost my grandfather, and he was actually, I made a very similar catch to the last game he got to see me play, so that came to mind. It jazzed me up.
Dante, Coach Heupel talked about, how much more comfortable you felt once they moved you back outside last year. What is it about playing out there that makes you more confident as a player?
I say my whole football career I played at outside receiver, so I feel like with me going back there last year, I started to easily adjust to the offense, and then with me having a full off season, I feel like that helped me even more and made me more confident with everything.
We'll go David and then Vince and then back to Ben.
Guys, this can be for any of y'all, but this was a 38-0 game, 20 minutes in. What can y'all learn from a game like this, and did y'all feel stressed at any time or any adverse situations that you had to push through? What do you kind of learn from a game like this?
All of us? Oh yeah, to keep our foot on their throat. When we go up big, I think still coming to the sideline with the same mindset that is 0-0. And just carrying that out the full game, full 4 quarters, like Coach Heupel says.
Nico, you guys ran for 300 yards. Dylan Sampson 124. He looked sharp. Tell me about what you saw from him specifically, including what you've seen in camp going in.
Yeah, man, it felt great seeing Samp out there. He was limited in fall camp and spring, so just seeing him out there and doing his thing, it felt good, man. We didn't really get to see too much of it during camp, so. Yeah, man, Samp's always been decent, and, you guys see what he does when he gets the ball in his hands.
All right, we'll go Ben, Wes, and we'll finish up with Adam with this group.
Dante, what was your mindset going into the offseason, and is there one particular thing that maybe you can point to that's allowed you to feel more comfortable in this offense in your team?
Obviously, my mindset going into the offseason was to, instead of letting the game, get to me so much, it's, have fun with it. And really, I know that at a young age, my reason for playing football was for me have fun. So it was for me to have fun. So like knowing that now that I got to college, a lot more aspects into it that can make the game stressful. I had to like bring myself back to the old ways I was just thinking. Like at the end of the day, it's just football. So go out there and have fun. So I say that the main thing that I worked on in this offseason was like my mindset and like my mental game.
Was there a point during the kind of the bounce back progress and comeback and everything where you felt like you were moving like yourself again? You were able to kind of make all the cuts and do everything, and everything would be good with the leg?
Yeah. It probably happened, somewhere around April, May. But yeah, once that happens, you start feeling more confident, and then you kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel.
A couple more. Adam, Austin.
Brew, a lot of guys don't come back as strongly as you have from an injury like this. You mentioned your grandfather. How would your grandfather have reacted to the way you've come back?
Man, I can't think of anybody that would have been more proud. Actually, when I was flown home to see him in the hospital, I took my boot off and took my first steps out of my boot when he got out of his hospital bed. So that was like a cool moment that we had together. But man, I give a lot of my credit to my success to him because of, kind of how he instilled a lot of values in sports and just how to be a man. So I miss him a lot.
Was he a strong-minded guy?
Yeah, he was, and he's a great athlete. He's a heck of an athlete. He was a Hall of Famer at his college, Pepperdine. So, yeah, I try to take after him the best I can.
Awesome, well, thank you. Brew, you made that number switch back to your old number this year. Since you're coming back, was it made easy to kind of do a new cleanse to kind of restart everything by going back to the old?
Yeah, a little bit of that too, and also like anybody that knows me knows I grew up like loving Reggie Bush, and 5's always been my number. I kind of wanted to let it breathe after Hendon Moore because the type of player he was and everything he accomplished. So after a year, I was like, I want to go out my last year and wear my favorite number.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll have Group 2 here in just a minute.
Appreciate you. Prettiest catch in the country.
Gotta be, right? Tom Snyder. Yeah, Robert Snyder, actually. The official. He went by Robert Snyder, yeah, but he went by Tom. SNYDER.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
Gotta go. Keep going. We can get through your time. Knock this out. We have to get out of here.
Hey, you gotta drink something. You be drinking that. Go. I don't know what it's called.
All right, we'll do our final group here for players. From your left to right, we have Tyree West, Dylan Sampson, and Keenan Peely. Please raise your hand for questions, and I'll call on you. Austin, go ahead and start us off.
Tyree, you obviously had a huge game the last time out in Orlando. What is it that's kind of started to click for you, and allowing you to have that success on defense?
Really just everybody pros, so I'm trying to be a pro before I am a pro. So I mean, that's how I go about it the whole day.
We'll go Ben and then Reese.
Dylan, how frustrating was camp for you, maybe not receiving as many reps as you would like, and what allowed you to still, despite maybe not having as many reps as you would like, to come out and perform the way you did today?
Yeah, I think the main thing I wanted to stay focused on was being present and being intentional. So when it did come to this game, nobody could say that it looked like I missed a beat. I think that's a big thing when you don't get as many reps, might not get all the reps in practice. But I was intentional with the way I prepared and the way I attacked the meetings and the running back room. So just get my feet and my wind back under me, felt good out there going today.
Dylan, what is it about openers? I'm back here. What is it about openers? 4 touchdowns last year, 3 this year. Is it get up, or what is it about openers?
It's just finally time to go out there and play against somebody else. Tired of hitting them, all day. So it's just fun. Get a chance to build a new connection with a new team. So hopefully we're gonna keep this rolling.
Patrick.
Keenan, this is your first ever game in Neyland. What did you think of the atmosphere? Was it you were in all the games last year, but this is your first time playing in it. How different was it to be out there on the field?
Man, it was amazing. It was amazing. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. It feels like
and obviously be able to experience from the sideline, but to have pads on, helmet on, be out there with the boys, nothing greater. I was just really grateful today.
Was it easy to hear Coach Banks over the helmet, or was it
It
hard?
was a little difficult. Yeah, it was a little difficult today. Yeah, but was able to get enough, listening enough.
Other questions? Go ahead, Emily.
Dylan, what was it like to see Nico have the game he had today?
Oh, you said Nico? I mean, we really expected this from him, you know, like I said it in many interviews before, just that calm, cool, and collected, you know, poise he has about him. I think that's going to be good for him, just being like a young guy, just being able to reset play after play. I mean, he was electric, you know, so we gonna keep it rolling, and, you know, we got weapons around him to help him grow even better. So, yeah, y'all going to see a lot more of that.
Awesome. Dylan, Deshaun Bishop was that guy in fall camp. And when you were in a red jersey, and Cam was in a red jersey, and Payne was in a red jersey, he was always there, always present. What was it like to see him kind of get rewarded with, 60 yards and a touchdown today?
Oh, yeah, he really should have had two, and he knows that. But it's just a testament to the work he puts in. You know, from Knoxville, even though through last year he had so much attention to detail. So, I mean, I'll be a believer you reap the rewards of the seed that you grow. So he gonna continue growing and continue going because he's so humble and hardworking. So I'm happy for him.
With Vincent and David.
Dylan, what else did you see today in the game and also in camp from those other three backs in Cam, Khalifa, and Payton?
I think they just played with a lot of violence. You know, our quarterbacks can be aggressive. They like to sling it. But when they did get a chance to run the ball, and even when they didn't have the ball in their hands, just playing good within the system, you know. So for the first game, you know, and a lot of them getting more reps than they usually have, it's a lot, and those game reps gonna help them grow each and every time they step on that field.
David.
Keenan, this was a 38-0 game, 20 minutes in. Along those lines, is it hard to say what y'all learned about yourselves in a game like this, or do you think y'all did learn some things? Like, what did you learn about the defense today, would you say?
I felt like we learned a ton. Gonna have to watch the film, but for the most part, I feel like we didn't beat ourselves and did a good job at communicating, make sure we're all on the same page for the most part. I had to see film, see where we can maybe get better, but to answer your question, I feel like we got a lot of the reps we really needed coming out of fall camp here in this game that really were able to put the whole picture together, be able to be out there and communicate.
Patrick and then Reese.
Dylan, with Cam, I guess it was iffy for a lot of the offseason if he would be ready for the start of the season coming off the shoulder injury. What does it say about him that he was able to be full go and the way he played today? What does that say about sort of his determination and work ethic and those things?
Probably just like a testament to, how freak of an athlete he is, you know, very cut, very strong. So his body did well to the surgery and everything, and he attacked therapy like every single day. Like, you know, he was always in the training room getting right. And I was surprised when I saw him, come back that fast, but I knew he was going to be ready today. He might have been a little, still having the nerves, but he got in that first play. He got in there, I think, he saw he laid the shoulder down and he was just going from that standpoint. So I knew he would be ready for this moment.
Reese and then Paige and then one more after that.
Tyree, what was going through your head when you destroyed the quarterback on that one play?
It was just like the whole time, I'm like, please don't throw the ball, please don't throw the ball. So I know if he wasn't gonna throw the ball, I know I was gonna get to him.
Paige, go ahead.
Building off of that, Tyree, how would you just maybe evaluate how the defense did today and its ability to get at the quarterback?
Just how to to evaluate. All of us were just going to the ball. Everybody played like their head was just on fire. So just us.
Vince, we'll finish with you.
Boot Carter getting after the quarterback on those blitzes from that star spot. Is that something you guys have been seeing all camp?
No doubt. Yeah, Boo's a baller, and you can see the future he's gonna have. So.
All right, thanks everybody. That's it for today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.